Hello and welcome, dear students, to this final class of a basic course for TV presenters where we cover all main skills that you need to unlock, that you need to get, and the list of those skills we'll discuss with you today, because today we have the topic, my favorite one, which is auditions, how to cover audition, how to conduct interview, or how to find different superpowers for you to be ready to go and hear yes, you are hired, because this is what we are here for. This is what we are here training and working on during all of this time. That's for sure that many of you now feel the results of our really consistent work on these skills. But here we are to make the final checklist. If you are ready, if you feel yourself confident and ready to commit this kind of a job of work to do. That's why today I want to divide our class into, again, few episodes where we cover the main ideas, how to be ready, how to prepare yourself to the interview, to the castings, how to make and go through different auditions and feel yourself as confident as never before. If you are here in our course not for this idea of working on camera as a TV presenter, but still I believe you want to start your YouTube project or your blog, that's why we should discuss how and why this class will be beneficial for you, because here we'll discuss how to make this first impression on the very high level and how to feel yourself really confident in that. That's why let's start with the first and foremost question: to find and define your format, the kind or the category of the program that will work for you, that will be beneficial for you, and you'll feel like, yes, this is it, it's me who will be having this job, who will be having this audience, because this audience will feel like, yeah, this is the person I want to feel free to open my mind, to open my heart, and so on and so forth. That's why let's discuss what we can do, what we can discuss with you about how to find and define your own format. So the first tip and the first thought that you should have will be, what is the topic, which one is the program that you feel yourself like you comfortable in your own skin. Let's say if you have some ideas of creating something dynamic, let's say travel blog or news reports, that will work for you for sure. I encourage you to find more and unlock and unpack more formats, as more as you can, so as many of them as you can, so dig deeper let's say. But as for now, I prefer and I truly strongly believe that you need to find only one format that you will feel comfortable yourself in, and you find your archetype and you combine all of those, like a combination mix will work for you. And once you come to different auditions, you will be really confident and sure what is the best format for you and where you can feel yourself like a superstar. So let's discuss which formats there are for you to choose from, let's say, different shows. On the one hand, you can be a host of your own program, of your own blog, of your own expertise. Let's say you open your Instagram, you start your YouTube channel, and you feel comfortable there. You feel like, yeah, that's my format, that's what I like do the most of all. But let's discuss what else can be here for yourself. Let's discuss different shows and let's find what is really necessary there, what is vital there, and let's feel if it works for you. On the one hand, you can choose any type of a show. So the show can be like a game show. Let's say what is required to do and to have in a game show. In a game show, it's really necessary for you to unlock and to combine different skills of working with teleprompter, because definitely on the auditions or everywhere else, you'll be asked to read something from the teleprompter. That's the skill number one. Skill number two will be ear teleprompter. It means like if you have a headphone and you will hear some different tasks from your director or your team, and you, without any sign on your face, should read, speak, and hear simultaneously. That's why it's really good practice if you've put there a music or a podcast and start with your headphone and start working on camera, start creating different formats, start creating different programs for you to unlock this flow. Because sometimes I see the barrier in my students homeworks. I see the barrier that if they are not asked to do something or to tell something like a question or an interview, it will be super hard for you to create something just from your head, just from scratch, like, oh, where is my hand, where is my teleprompter, what's going on here. That's why we need to put yourself in that situation where you will think on your feet off the script. That's why we can show your crew, show your casting team that you are able to do that kind of work. Speaking on camera, working on camera, with teleprompter or without that, with ear teleprompter or just off the script, thinking on your feet. That's what we need to do there, and that's what definitely we need to start working with during your practical Zoom class. That's what we do soon. That's why if your goal is to find and define your format and you want to start it as just from scratch and feel your superstar format, that's the best opportunity and the best moment for doing that. If we talk about the game show, it means like some kind of activities are going on the stage. That's why all the tricks that you will be asked to and you will be required to show, all the tips will be regarding your eye contact with the camera and still being able to handle with all of that activities which are going on around you. Let's say if you have like on camera guests and if you have a talk show, it's the idea of you being able to both following the eye contact with your viewers, your followers on camera, and also speaking with your guests and making those interviews very candid and vital and very honest, as an honest talk conversation. That's why if you have a game show, be sure that you know definitely what is required here. What are they looking for making castings with you? They are not looking for you, they are looking for different persons, people who are able to captivate the audience, to make all of their combinations being as an achievement, being very super easy for you to get all the combinations that you can provide. So if you have a castings or auditions for a game show, be sure that you will be both with your activities and with your viewers. Let's say if we talk about the variety show, it means like you will be able to show everything. The variety is right here in the name, so everything which is going on, like for you to show the different skills and the variety of any skills that you have, you will be able to do that. Maybe if you will be able to be an active participant of everything which is going on, like on scenes, on camera, that's why it will be very good option for you to show that you can handle everything. That's why you have variety of your skills, working on camera and working with your guests, working with text or without it, making just on your fit script or off script thinking. That's why you can show everything. Sometimes it's super hard for you to make the improvisation, but still it is required, and actually it's very valuable for you to show that you have the variety of your skills just right away, just right out there. That's why you can improvise, you can read, you can work with teleprompter, you can do everything which is required there and even more. And the most beneficial for you to show them that you feel comfortable in your own skin there. This is your format. This is where we see you as the best person to get this job. That's why if you feel like this kind of shows, like game shows or variety shows, are for you, go and show yourself. Go and show everything that you are capable of. Your activities, your movements, your gestures, they shouldn't be like very hidden, like locked. You should unlock all of that. That's why you will feel like you are a superstar of that format, and no one except for you can get these opportunities. That's a good idea. For the archetype, use the archetype hero for you to unlock the wide range of his or her skills, gestures, intonations. Intonation will be encouraging. Remember our class about intonation? Going and using rising intonation because you want to activate your audience. That's what is required if we have the audition for the variety or game show. Let's talk about the reality show or competition show, a kind of like The Voice, America's Got Talent, or The Bachelor. So here, what is required from you? You need to, you should understand the role, which is here hidden in the figure of the person of the TV host. It's not because we are looking for Yara or somebody else. We're looking for the specific role for that show. So if hosting a reality show, it means like you need to be very honest and ready to listen. Listen to everybody who is there as your participants or the main hero of that show, like the Bachelor, let's say. That's why you need to show and express the variety of your emotions that you can provide us with, and also that you can evoke all of that emotions in your viewers, because the hosting a show, it's like fitting your audience with your emotions, with your energy, because if not doing that, they will die from there without any emotions while looking and watching that show. They will be they will be bored actually about that. That's why be sure that you're not boring, that you are not the person who needs all of that encouragement. You are the person that can encourage, that can help your audience. That's why if you're choosing and hosting the reality shows or maybe competition shows, it's better for you, and your role will be to provide the support. That's why what we can do and what we can choose here, archetype of a mother, will fit the best way here. I like to give my students an exercise, a task. Imagine that you have only 7 words. Like the concept of your show will be about what? Why you will be the person who needs to host this show. The concept of your show can be like The Bachelor, the show about competition of women for famous men or something like that. That's why don't forget to find your concept. Don't forget to follow the main idea of that show, to keep in mind what role they are looking for, what person fits the best, which person fits the best here, who will be that person who will follow all the requirements and be like eligible to host that show in the best way that he or she can. That's why find the idea and answer the question, what is the show about? Who is the person who will be the best candidate for that show, and what is required there? Like to be a supportive person or to be very suspicious person. Let's say if this is a talk show or something like interviewing, maybe you will interview politicians. That's why you need to be suspicious. That's why create the list of adjectives. Which one and what type of a person you need to be, which quality will work better for this position before you go to that audition. That's why both you can determine and find your own format, like your superstar of cooking. That's why maybe travel or food program will sound better for you. And both, if you find an audition, keep in mind what is required here. Who are they looking for here in this show? Let's say if we talk about the travel blog, and if we define it as your main format, travel or reporting from different events, news reporting, event journalism, that's what works here. It means the idea and what matter will be the activities. That's why if you go from A to B, if you show something, you are there to show something, to illustrate, demonstrate something. Like, this is how we cook, this is how we travel, this is how we captivate our audience by doing this, and this. That's why imagine and answer the question: will the person be interested if the person is not interested in cooking? Will it be interesting for your audience to follow that person, to watch that person? No. That's why if you find your passion in doing making like doing makeups or so, maybe this one is your format. This one is the show that you will definitely be the best host ever. If you're interested in psychology, maybe your blog will be regarding that format. But I advise you to go and dig deeper again. That's why find maybe the idea why you will be the unique host. No one else can do that except for you. Let's say if we talk about psychology, maybe this show will be like a mix, a combination of you being a psychologist and making those like consultations online on camera, but you will not just share tips and ideas. You will be sharing and answering for different questions, answering different ideas, and discussing different examples with your audience. Maybe that format, you can connect it, can combine it, being a psychologist, but hosting a reality show about that and giving your own ideas about that, what's going on. That will rock the stage or TV or the network. That's why think more, think bigger than just being a psychologist and hosting a psychological program. That also works, but think more about your uniqueness, about your qualities, about your abilities, and why your experience, your background works better than others. Also, we have, as for travel or food show, the main idea will be to share the process. That's why if you are just commenting out the process, if you're not inside of that process, that will not work definitely. So think about the opportunities, the place where you can be the part of the process. Even if you are hired as the host of a cooking program like food blog, but you don't know how to cook, maybe that program will be the great idea of you to get all the tips from different famous chefs and start cooking with them. That's why you definitely should be the part of the process. Don't forget about this. Traveling, cooking, making some sports, training people will mean that you are the part of the process. So if you are on audition, find all the situation and conditions how you can show and demonstrate that being a part of the process is your passion and your own skin that we discussed before. Also, we have 2 more formats that I find beneficial for you. It can be an award-winning award show or award-winning, like we did before, award-winning ceremony where you are there to activate different emotions. So in different expert programs like food, traveling, psychological, or so, you are required to give expertise as well. So if you're an expert there, give not only your emotions and your feelings, but that's super beneficial, and that's what skills that you should have, like a superb point of view, superb diction, and everything like that. But a award-winning show means that you will not share your experience and maybe knowledge, but you will share and activate people's emotions. That's why here and both in my next format, like news, reporting news, what is super valuable is to describe something that you hear, that you see, that you experience, that you feel. So descriptions work the best way. That's why if go into audition where they are looking for a word show host, that's why you know that, oh yeah, award-winning host, award show host is the person, his main role and function is to evoke emotions. That's why knowing that, you choose the archetype, king or hero or mother, and you choose the way that you will behave yourself there on audition. Don't be afraid of that. That's your own skin. Don't forget about that. That's your chance to show your variety of your emotions and skills that we got before, and we are continuing getting that skills, because as you remember, we have advanced group, and you can enroll just after this class and try to do your best. If you feel like you're not ready yet to go and rock this stage, we are here to help you. That's why the first question you can ask yourself will be, what format, what category of the program will be my best program, my best format. That's why if you feel like this is a word show, go there and show that you can support everybody, the winner, the loser. So you are there to help people and share their emotions that they feel. And also you are full, you have endless description of everything what is going on around you. That's also what is valuable here in this format. As for archetypes, the best will be like going and finding yourself as a hero or a mom. But sometimes maybe there will be three of you. That's why they follow three different archetypes: king, mom, and hero. But don't forget to find your feelings about what archetype works better for you. And here we are. The last format that you can just think about and find yourself in will be the interviews, and maybe some, not even the last format. I would divide it into two. On the one hand, you can be as a news anchor. So here, the only thing that is required from you to know how to work with teleprompter, to be very good in serious and formal intonating, and also make some tips on how to show your ability to improvise with the text, even if it's a teleprompter and it's news, showing that you are able to make those transitions, commercial breaks, on-camera guests, inviting somebody else to the studio, changing and switching to different part of the broadcasting like plan. That's what is required there. That's why show that. But one more format that will definitely be the last one will be a asking questions. So it's talk show. But if we consider you, as you remember, being an event journalist that I discussed with you before, like regarding news, it means like you go somewhere, and the best idea why you go there will be to share your emotions and information as well. But don't share the information that you have never checked before. It's news, so that's why we don't need your own opinion. We need just your abilities to deliver what's going on there, the message, the information. But if comparing it with the talk show, what's the difference by asking questions both there and there? A talk show is your own program. So you are the author, you are the person who can share your opinions, your ideas, your feelings and emotions. But the main idea and role and your function will be to be close to your guests, to know how to open their hearts, open their minds, push them to tell some secrets, details, and be very, very precious in asking. So you know how to ask, you know how to go deeper, you know how to find provocative questions, how to ask them and go in and be able to go straight to the point. That's what is required there. And the best option and archetype for those programs will be mother. But sometimes if you feel like you are hosting some talk shows about politicians or so, the king. If we're talking about late night show, which is the separate format, but you feel like you can be very good in making jokes or having guests there, the archetype of a hero will be the best option there. That's why think about what is required. What are they looking for making this audition for this kind of a to-be host program? That's why think about this before you go there. But what I recommend you to do, think about the best format and determine the best format for you. What category of the program you see yourself as a host? That's the first question. And in next episode, I'll tell you the more about information about the auditions and what questions to ask yourself if going there and what to be ready to if making these auditions. See you next episode.